the deal, T subs and T squad? How y'all doing, child? So listen, because I'm such a nice, thoughtful content creator, and I love y'all down, I decided to get back up here and give you all a nice little tea talk for the road, I guess, or at least until the night. Excuse me, at least until the night for these damn Potomac women. These stinking ass salt wives. So the first piece of tea, hold on, the first piece of tea that I'm here to give you guys is Mr. Asshole himself, Stevie J. A lot of you all was, I'm sorry, this for timestamp purposes. A lot of you all was sending me this situation, and it's funny because I remember when I was on my birthday live, Scotty was the one who talked about it. I think it was on my birthday live. And I thought his ass was about to show the damn thing for real. I said, girl. I was watching Lovely T, and the one video she did, that shit got taken down because they heard the slurping sounds in it, which was really terrible, which was really disgusting. And we about to get into it because I'm more than sure that we'll get to it. So it says, this came from TMZ. Stevie J apparently receiving oral sex during FaceTime interview. So Stevie J was apparently receiving oral sex during a FaceTime interview with a reporter. And while the act itself may be shocking, what's wilder is the fact she soared on. The journal's name is Leah A. Henry, and she featured the Love of Hip Hop / Bad Boy producer doing an appearance on her Leah's Lemonade show, where she's discussing a new special of his and asking a lot of good questions, obviously taking it seriously. I never heard of this young lady, but okay. However, it became clear quickly that SJ himself wasn't nearly in the same headspace as her. Not only was he shirtless and lying in bed, but he seemed to have company. At one point, after a mysterious hand entered Stevie's frame, Henry flat out asked him what the heck is going on over there. He's coy about it and never directly cops to being on the receiving end of a sexual act, but that definitely seems to be what's happening here. Henry, for her part, jokes with Stevie about it, but doesn't seem to let it faze her, insisting they carry on. She did exactly that, continuing to ask fairly serious questions, to which Stevie responded, all while other things looked to be happening in the background. For starters, Stevie himself was obviously catching backlash over this, with many calling his stunt super disrespectful and flat out nutty. If what seems to be going down actually is, then yeah, that's more than a fair characterization. So the Lemonade Queen Leah herself posted on Twitter and said, all these journalism majors telling me how to conduct interviews. I went to one of the top journalism schools in the country. I know how to conduct a professional interview. I'll address this hashtag Stevie J interview on my podcast because some of y'all make me sick. And she tweeted that March 11, 2021. Of course, this happened on my B-Day, and I missed it. On the other hand, Henry herself is getting criticism as well, with some wondering why she didn't just cut the interview short as soon as she suspected he was getting fellatio. And a good amount of people are even calling her unprofessional in the way she handled it. I can see that. She hasn't taken kindly to that, defending herself on social media, but not really explaining why she carried on for as long as she did. Other than to say that she'll be addressing that in length in her podcast and encouraging folks to watch the entire thing before passing judgment. It also sounds like some of the comments she's getting are bordering on harassment and perhaps even gaslighting and or blame this whole thing on her, which is a shame. To cap Will say this. She definitely got some compelling content here, and Stevie's got more publicity than he may know what to do with after this. And all of that came from TMZ. First of First and foremost, let me get Miss Girl out the way first. You ain't never did nothing to me, sis, and I'm not coming down on you. But I agree with everybody else. Now, I don't give a damn if you went. I don't give a damn if you went to the highest journalism school in heaven. I'm more than sure, even there, they will tell you that at some point, enough is just the damn enough. I don't think Barbara Walters would have ever continued on with an interview with Tom Cruise if Katie Holmes was sucking his dick. You understand me? I don't think Oprah would have, conducted, an interview with Bobby Brown with his wife giving him head. You understand me? You get my drift? I don't think Gail Holmes, would be doing the interview with Oprah Winfrey if Monique was licking her wolf puss. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think that would ever happen. I don't think E! News or TMZ or the Boston Times or People or anybody like that will consciously tell you to continue to sit there and let something like that go on your interview, because nobody is talking about the interview for what the interview was supposed to be for. They're talking about what the hell his sick ass had going on over there, sis. So I'm not coming down on you. I get it. You're a journalist and you sensitive about your shit, and you should be. But girl, you can't get mad at these. You together. You did. You can't. You can't. I'm sorry. You went to the top school, but you made a real poor decision. But to come up under there and try to stand 10 toes down in this foolishness is a problem for me, sis. It was unprofessional. It was very unprofessional. I don't give a damn. Like, first of all, Lord, let me get off her, because I don't want her to think I got an issue with her. I ain't got no issue with her. I don't even know this young lady. Never watched nothing she ever did. Down on her. I'm saying. But I'm gonna get off of her. Let me spend a little minute. But see, you know what? I really don't feel no need to, because I don't know what y'all was expecting from Stevie J. I mean, when has Stevie J ever conducted himself with any type of moral fiber or any type of moral high ground? What I'm more pissed about is the fact that I know for a fact if this was TM or E or VH1 or any of these other people, these other predominantly white places that does this, he would have never done that. Stevie J would have came up there with a button-up shirt on or a collar shirt with it open, so you can see a little bit. So you can see a little bit of the breastplate, the muscles, or whatever the case may be. He came a cheesy, sleazeball ass grin, and making all type of jokes and all that type of stuff. Like, that's what he would do. I find it more of a problem that he thought it was okay to do that to that sister. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. If you wouldn't do that to none of these other media outlets, you shouldn't have did that to her, which leads me back to her again. Because, see, the minute he would have came up there with no shirt on, there wouldn't have been an interview to be had. Yeah, I'm going to need for you to put your pecs up, my nigga. This ain't that type of party. This ain't that type of interview. I'm not up here to discuss that. I mean, I'm just saying, it's blame to be handed around. And then listen, I'm more than sure she had to be a little 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old girl, because it's just like, damn, bitch, you that desperate to B-list celebrities dick. God damn, bitch. I'm glad I ain't like that. Like, girl, you couldn't spit the dick out for a 16-minute interview. You was that pressed to shove it down your damn throat. I mean, I'm just saying, sir, like, my God, like, it was just, like, even so much to the point where you just didn't give a damn. Like, your hand was just, on. God forbid he decided to show a little bit of your face. Oh, you really would have been in some ish. Like, I mean, I'm just saying, it's blame to go around here. But what I'm really disturbed about is the fact of, like I said, had it been another predominantly white media outlet coming to him for an interview, Stevie J would have never have done that. So why would he find it okay to do that to that black sister? See, we always do that to each other. See, we treat the other media people like they got some sense. But see, when it comes to our own folk, it's just like whatever. It's be all right. Like Alexa, how old is Stevie J?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, if I tell you their ages, this answer will become obsolete in less than a year. Instead, find out when they were born and do the math.
Bit. I'm gonna do just that. Don't worry about it, you stinking ass whore. I found my goddamn self, you useless piece of shit. $50. You sitting here 50 years old, that's all the fuck you had to say. Not in the mood, y'all. I'm still upset about the whole Tracy thing. And her messing with me and it's not helping. You 50 years old, a grandfather. Like, how do you think your kids will feel to set up? Y'all know what? Y'all, that's it. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that piece of tea. Like I said, I thought that was completely horrible. But, you know, hey, a lot of these dumbass men probably done set up there and went up for it. Oh, look at my nigga. He getting head doing the interview. Y'all know how many. Anyway, girl, we about to get down to this last gig. But before we do, y'all do me a favor. All right, you guys. So here we go. Everybody, this is a funny situation, right? This is a real funny situation because somebody actually just came under my DMs. Excuse me, not my DMs, came under my comments in my growing up hip hop review, and they asked what was Cree. Y'all want to know what the hell I said? Yes. That's what I had to say about it. Girl, who cares? But somebody sent me the link to Jamie That's Me's YouTube channel. Shout out to Jamie That's Me. This story came from Jamie. Shout out to her. And I just decided to come up here since it crept up under my comments under my Love and Hip Hop review about where's Cree, where's Cree, where's Cree. What? So somebody took to Twitter and said, y'all notice Savannah and Cree ain't been on the show in a minute. Maybe they're getting edited out. Hashtag growing up hip hop. So Cree came up under that comment. No, somebody else came up under that comment and said, I hope so. My fast forward finger was getting sore. I just zipped by them both. I know that's right. So Cree replied and said, I opted out of filming, actually. Can't speak on Savannah's reason, basically. So somebody else came under the comments and said, will you consider doing another season? So then Cree came back and said, honestly, if it's not about the school in Jamaica I partner with, Women of VD, the music we're making at SNS Records. So the music we're making at SNS Records. If they want the business philosophy everyday Cree, then sure. The petty then no. Then she came back. Excuse me, with this tweet right here that says, we all have choices to make. For me, This season brought zero value to what I have going on. I wish everyone the best with their individual endeavor. We all have a choice to opt out of filming. I've said this several times, and I'm not about to argue with anyone who has zero to lose. Hashtag growing up hip hop. Again, why do people come up here on TV with the rah-rah and the foolishness, but then when they don't get what they expected to get from the rah-rah and the foolishness, now they want to step back on some type of moral pillar and some type of hierarchy, and now they don't want to argue with somebody that has zero to lose. But you didn't mind fussing and fighting with another girl on national TV as if you don't have zero to lose. Like, see, Cree, that's what the fuck I don't like about you. That's what I don't like about you. You the one that, listen, you didn't come up here talking about the school in Jamaica, whatever that means. You didn't come up here talking about VD or whatever the case may be. You didn't come up here to talk about the music that you had with such and such this season. This season you didn't. Now last season, I can't remember what you did. This season, I'm only going off of what you did. And this season, you did not come up here with all of that. You came up here with your broke toe up uterus, and then sitting up here taking on Tanice's and Angela's beef as your own. So I don't understand what you mean by that, Cree. I really don't. I really don't. Nobody told you to come up here and give everything that you was given. That's what you gave. And that's what people are judging you on. And because you're not getting praised for it, because everybody is turning their nose down on you, now you want to sit over here and elevate yourself back up. And now you're so above it. Nah, if you were so much above it, you would have stayed on task on what it was that you was there to do from the very beginning. If your whole purpose was about VD, and you know, the school in Jamaica and you know, your studio and your music or your business, your event planning business or whatever type of business you got, that's what it would have been about. No, this season you came up here crying because your uterus can't hold a baby, and you came up here trying to take on somebody else's beef. That's what you gave. Then instead of just saying, you know what, I allowed that to get the best of me, I shouldn't have did that, you then want to turn it around and try to turn it into some type of colorism thing. And that's something that I really can't get with. So nah, Cree, I don't understand what you mean, sis. I really don't. I don't understand what you mean. Nobody brought you up here to act like anything. If your purpose was supposed to be about being professional, then that's just what you should have gave from the jump, from the gate. That's what you should have gave. So don't come up here trying to get these people together because they see you for who you are. Y'all do that a lot. I'm that. Like, you came up here and you gave the raggedy bitch thing, and now you got called out about it. You didn't like the way it looked or whatever the case may be. Now you want to opt out of filming. But I bet you if people praised you and Savannah for that foolishness that y'all did, your ass would have still been there though, right? Well, for everybody that's asking, that's what happened to Cree Campbell. All right. She decided to play around, and the people ate her up. They don't see her for no more. Now she's the victim, and now, you know, she decides to run out off and do whatever she wants to do, which is fine, because I feel like you too old for it anyway. And at this point, so is JoJo and Tanisha. So, like, you know, I kind of feel like stuff like this should really be, you know, people that's like still somewhere in their 20s versus y'all old bitches that's 30, 40. All of excuse me, you know, like, it's just a mess. But girl, that's it. That's all. I ain't got no more to give y'all. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about these two stories. Those are my feelings. Those are my opinions. Those are my views. If you like it, great. If you don't watch. Simple as that. All right. Don't come up under the comments with all of the fugaziness. If you don't like the way I run things around here, don't watch. Amscray, skedaddle, hasta luego, viva la bye-bye, sayonara. I don't know what more to tell y'all. Beat your feet, kick rocks, you know. Amscray, you know. Bye-bye, you know. Deuces, you know. Get a little nigga nod. I don't know what to tell y'all. Don't let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord split you. Y'all know. Which is what I'm about to do because I'm going back.